everyone, and welcome to my channel. So this is going to be my part 6 of my hospital series. I had opened the last video up for Q&A just to ask me some questions, and I got a few. Not as many as I thought, but I still got a few. I had some emails and stuff like that, so I'm going to go over the Q&A, answer the questions, and then I'm going to talk to you about a lot of questions was continued counseling. So I'm going to show you some stuff that I have in place and some of the courses I'm going to be taking. So also Dan is going to join me, and he's going to talk a little bit basically from kind of his perspective. So first question was, did you keep in contact with anyone? Yes. 3 people have my information. Two of them were my roommates, so one was my first roommate and the other one was my second roommate. I tend to talk to my second roommate more. She's still up there, and the other one was a very nice man. We shared a lot in common, and he left a week or 2 before me, and I've never heard from him, so that's fine, that's his choice. So yeah, I do. They do not recommend it, like they don't want you to, but until you're in that position and you're like a patient, you really do bond with some people, so yeah. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. I've had good days and bad days, and you know, I've gotten through them okay. So I think the worst day was Friday, but I've made little goals for this week. I will link my plan with me video down below, but I've got a lot of smaller goals and stuff like that. Was it ever boring? Absolutely. Mornings were usually the busiest because we'd have all of our occupational therapy groups and things like that. In the afternoon, the only thing was a relaxation class. And that was at 2:30. So pretty much right after lunch, you don't really have anything to do. So I would do puzzles in my room on my table, and I had word search and books and YouTube, or not you. Well, I had YouTube. I didn't watch YouTube, but I had Netflix, so I watched a lot of Netflix. Yeah. After the first couple weeks, I was kind of pushed to start going out on my own, which I did, but it was just down to the lobby near a waterfall, and so I would usually do that after the relaxation class. It didn't really do much once I was out of the class, but hey. Are you keeping up your routine since you've been out? Not really.
That's mainly my fault.
That's Dan's here. I haven't, it's impossible to keep up the routine I had in the hospital. It just is. I mean, there's not really much. There's like glare right there. I'm so sorry if you guys can see that. It's impossible to keep up the routine I had in there. And that's totally expected. When you come home, obviously things are going to be different. Your meals are not prepared for you. I tried talking to Dan about this, but breakfast in bed on a tray isn't going to happen every day.
I'm sorry. It's
real life. I don't have classes to go to. I don't have things to do. And it's hard not to fall into those old habits of watching TV all day, or manically cleaning the house all day and being nuts. So I have a routine in the sense that I'll wake up, do my self-care and stuff like that. Dogs get their treat. I feed the dogs, water the animals, and then when Dan leaves by this time, Dan is just getting ready to leave, and we will usually all go out and walk Dan to the car, and then come back in, and that's my point when I have to say, okay, I have to eat breakfast, I have to take my pills, and I have to do some work around the house. And I usually do take my pills. Eating has been difficult, I'm not gonna lie. But I think we're going to do a little bit of meal prep and stuff today. I'm recording a ton of videos today, so you guys are in for a treat. And the last and most popular question was continued counseling. So I'm going to answer that question by answering that question. By kind of showing you guys what I got. So I got this book. It's just a folder, and it's got two sides. One side I have all the papers from my occupational therapy skills and solutions group. They had awesome groups. Some of them were really stupid. Some of them were amazing. Some of them made me cry.
Some of them made you just go, really?
Yeah, some of them were like, what the heck am I doing sitting in here for half an hour? Like, really. But I went because it also showed my doctor that I was actually attending classes. Anyway, and then the other side is my help, the things I have in place. So the first thing I have is through CMHA, and that is the Canadian Mental Health Association. I did not know this place existed until I was admitted to hospital. It's awesome. They basically run our crisis center. So you can see that. That's our crisis center. You can call them for literally anything, and you can call them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can go in to their center. They're not really in the safest of neighborhoods, but yeah, you can go in and get help that way. You can get materials, whatever it is you need or want. So with that, my transitional case management services. So this is basically my support person outside my family, someone who is linked with everything out there, mental health. I actually go into more detail in my next video series, which is my Aftercare series. So I go into detail about my transitional caseworker, what she does for me, and things like that. But so I have that for up to 9 weeks, and keep an eye out for that video. I think it's actually up tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'll just do videos as the care is happening, basically. And then this is a big one. I'm doing something called Track to Wellness Service, and that's actually a group class. It goes 2 hours a day, twice a week. So it's starting September 20th, and it's going right to November 10th. I'm actually really excited about this. Once you're done this class, the leader who I know, I already met with her, she can recommend, okay, you should probably go to this anxiety one and this depression one and so on and so forth. So I'm actually really excited for this. I saw a copy of the list of topics and things like that, and they're awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I am also in contact with a grief counselor. Her name is Sally, and I am very fortunate. She does her services pro bono, so free of charge. She uses a room in the library. All the libraries have an agreement with her. As long as she's doing her services for free, they will give her a room for free. So like an office or a workspace or whatever. Yeah, So I haven't met her yet. I've talked to her on the phone. She's super nice. I'm supposed to call her next Monday. She's been on vacation. And then I'll have an appointment the 14th or 16th of this month to meet her. And I actually have homework for her. I have to write about my mom and dad. So Dan and I were talking about that last night. So I have her. And then I do have this, which they gave me. It is family services and it's credit counseling. So they basically help you budget and, you know, get your money where you need it to go. And I'm starting to think it might be worth doing. I think we will do it. I was just reading, you might need our help if, and we pretty much check off every bulletin there. But it is something that Dan and I should do together. So probably this week I'll just look into it a little bit more. They have an email, phone, so yeah, I might actually look into this. I think this would be really good for us. I think that is all. Yes. So that is all that I have in place. Like it's nothing, right? I'm actually really excited to get these things started. And that's why I'm starting to work on my walking without Dan and stuff. This week is going to be big because I really need to do it because my counseling appointment, we actually found a library closer to us, and it's only 2.4 kilometers, so it is within a reasonable walking distance. You know, I'll just put my tunes on and away I go. It's gonna get me steps. Walking is not bad for you, right? Yeah. So, Dan and I were actually going to do kind of a test run today, but it is so warm. It did just not happen anyway. Well, I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. You know, I encourage you to share it. You know, if you know someone who's struggling, say, hey, check this out. This girl did a whole series on it, and mental health is scary. It can be very, very scary. And when you end up in the emergency room and then admitted, and it's frightening. So if I can bring some light to it, you know, down below I've put the crisis phone numbers for Ontario and then also for the United States. So, and I'll also link the whole video series down below so you can see. So I'm going to hand it over to Dan and let him talk to you about whatever it is he'd like to talk to you about.
Okay.
Let me just turn this around.
Hello.
There he is.
All right. So the first thing I want to say is, guys, you don't ever realize how much your wife does around the house until you have to do it. So that said, it was an interesting few weeks. 4 weeks.
5 weeks.
5 weeks. Edit. See, time just blurs together. However the hell long it was a long time. But no, I'm glad she got the help she needed, and I'm just wondering if she got enough help, but they gave her the tools to use. So everything else we won't go into that because I'm sure she already has on the videos. But
So what would you say was the hardest part about me being in the hospital?
missing you, not being around you, not seeing you for like hours on end. Because I'd see her for like an hour at the end of the day, and then I'd leave, come home, go back to work, and it's just I'd see you for a couple of hours on the weekend, but
until I started coming home.
Yeah.
And what's it like for you now that I'm home?
The house is cleaner.
Really? That's the first thing he says.
No, I've noticed that we're spending more time together because, yeah. So, and I'm trying to be a lot more supportive and there for you when I can. And really?
She missed me a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she'd curl up on Jen's pillows and
yeah.
She still hasn't gotten over it.
No, it was last week I was doing laundry and Dan was at work and I got the laundry stuff together and I go to leave and she's whining, so I shut the door and she starts crying. So I'm like, what the heck? So I open the door and she comes bouncing out to me. I'm like, okay, we'll try it. Maggie was sleeping, he could care less. And she literally followed me down to the laundry room, went in the laundry room with me, sat there like on guard. I have no idea what she was looking for, but literally sat there
making
staring.
Sure people didn't take her laundry.
Yeah, staring at the door. And then when I was done, I was like, okay, Gigi, let's go. And she followed me down back to the apartment.
It's amazing how they know. Yep. But no, I've noticed that it has helped her a lot. And, it's still a day-to-day struggle. There's good days and bad days, as she said. But she has the tools that she didn't have before. And that's what I see coming out of this, is that I'm not as worried when I'm at work, because that was a huge stressor for me. Is she going to be okay? What's going on when I'm at work? Because I can't leave. So that totally puts my mind at ease, knowing that she's got help and support outside of me. And when she's got family, she's got friends. So you've got everything you need.
I have a Chi-Chi.
Exactly, and that's really all you need. That and a Mackie.
And a Mackie who's sleeping over there beside his ball.
He likes his balls.
I'm not taking that out.
I know. So, yeah.
I think the biggest thing with us right now is learning, for Dan anyway, learning when to push.
And when not.
And when not to push. And, sometimes he can push a lot. And sometimes I need that, but there's sometimes when...
I'm just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Today was a good example of that, actually. We went out to a local beach, and on the way back, Dan takes a random side trip, and we find... What was it?
Just like a little collectible store.
Oh, yeah, a little collectible store. Like a guy's garage, basically. And he's like, let's go. I'm like, no.
So I left her in the car.
So he left me in the car, and I was in the car for about...
5-10 minutes?
Oh, no, it wasn't that long.
About 5 minutes, I think.
Maybe 5 minutes, if that. And then I'm like, I guess I could go and look. What's the harm?
Hi, Maggie.
I don't know if I grab the camera if he's going to move. Probably. So yeah, I got out, and I want to show you guys something. Give me some cuteness. Thumbs up for cute dogs. Okay. Anyway. Whoops. Sorry.
That's okay.
So the last thing I'm going to do, since this video is probably going to be obscenely long, is just quickly go over something important. When I was in there, I learned a really good support is a coping toolbox. So basically, it's something personal to everyone, so it's something that's going to occupy your mind. It's going to keep you busy. It's going to keep your mind off the bad things. You know, it's going to give you things to do, just stuff like that. So mine is extremely large.
Well,
but that's okay.
We can.
I guess I should show you. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it in my room, and then, yeah. So just some of the stuff I have in here. I have a variety puzzle because I love doing those. I have a word search. A deck of cards so I can play solitaire, or maybe the dogs want to play Crazy Eights. You never know.
Ironic game.
We played that a lot up there. We did. A piglet, because
You can't have him.
This is not yours. Mackie thinks this is his. Can you get out of the camera? Oh my goodness.
He's very shiny.
Yeah, I have a piglet. As you may or may not know, I am in love with Winnie the Pooh stuff. That was always going to be our baby nursery. That didn't happen, but yeah.
We'll do your room in it.
So I have piglet. I have the reach out card. So if I do need help, I can call that number. I have pens, of course. Pencil crayons. And a coloring book. Stress relief coloring book. I'm not done yet. Oh yes, and I have this, which if you watched my tattoo video, I would have shown you this. I'll link it below. But this is what we, hopefully it'll focus in. There you go. And then this side as well.
And that side has the crisis line on it as well.
Yeah. So basically it says, if things get hard, I want you to know how special you are. You mean the world to me. You have a purpose far greater than you may even know. I thank you for all that you are. From my heart to yours, I love you. And then on the other side it says, what we can't do alone, we can do together. Ask for help and never give up. The crisis and outreach services can be accessed 24/7, and then it gives the 2 phone numbers. Now those are, I'm going to say province-wide, probably.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
So if you're in Ontario, I don't know if they'd work, like if you're in Alberta or anything like that.
I'm assuming so.
They might, you never know.
You just have to pay the long distance charges.
Well, there's an 1877 part, so.
There is? That
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably the...
If you can see that.
number.
I don't know if you can see that. I'll
Assuming
maybe.
each province has
Yeah,
their own.
I'm assuming. Just Google Crisis Center. And then last but not least, sorry, I'm just putting this stuff back. I wrote affirmations down. I just wrote them down on little cue cards. Dan had some blank ones. So
That I happily gave her.
yes, so I have a few. I don't have, I guess there's enough here, really. Maybe I'll just read a couple. It's okay to be anxious, just don't let it own you. I have the power to change myself. Tomorrow is a new day. It's okay to have a bad day. Look at your wrist and remember. So that's the personal one, and that's my tattoo. And if you don't know what it means, I will link my tattoo video below for you. Fear is only a feeling. It cannot hold me back. You have a home, so something to be grateful for. You have 2 dogs that love and depend on you. You have an amazing, loving husband. You have family that loves you. I'm worth it. I love and forgive myself for my past mistakes. I am a deserving person. I am capable and strong, and I recognize my many strengths. So
We're going to paste those up around the apartment.
yeah. So those are in there as well. I think one thing I forgot to mention was a hair elastic. This is a trick I did learn in there, is that you wear the elastic around your wrist, and whenever you start to have bad thoughts or anything, you just do that. And the idea is that it's going to be like, what am I doing? Move on to something else. So
when it's not supposed to. So yeah.
Yeah. So that is it for this video. I really, really hope you guys enjoyed the series.
Comment below if you have any more questions.
Yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free. I'll still answer you. I'll just answer you in the comments. Keep an eye out. My Aftercare series is going to start tomorrow. There's no fixed schedule for it because things are going to happen as they come. But I really want to let everyone know, like, what happens. Like, I've got the grief counselor. Am I going to get the walk-in? When I start my hospital program, am I going to be anxious? Just
stuff like that.
Following you around. Yeah. So that's it for this video. Like Dan said, comment down below. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. How could you not like a video with a cute mini little chihuahua? Look at her. Say hi.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Bye.